Hey, this is Tom Henry coming to you from the future to let you know that we filmed this episode a little while ago, and there are some jokes about the Oscars that happened a little while ago. But I know you're going to enjoy them anyway because we all loved that Oscars and held it near and dear to our heart. It was a seminal Oscars. So let's get to the episode. Hi, welcome to the Tom Henry Show. Thanks for being here. It's a beautiful snowy evening here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I'm happy to be here with you. I hope you're inside and warm. Still no word from Armie Hammer on his standing invite to show up on the show. We want to talk to him about his acting, not any of his weird new podcast type stuff. So Armie, if you're down, come on over. We'll fly you to Toronto. I will pay my own savings to fly you here to Toronto. You can stay on my couch, or I'll stay on my couch and you can sleep in the bed. But no weird stuff in there. Speaking of acting, I was just talking to some of the folks here in the studio about the craft of acting and this is one of my pet causes, the dry cry that actors do. Now, it seems to me that the only way to cry is with tears. Now, as we just discussed, there is a way to choke away tears. That's the almost cry. But if you're sobbing, I think there has to be tears. Now, let me know if I'm wrong. If you cry dry, let me know. But until I hear from somebody, I think there's no way to do it. I think crying comes with tears. And so I take an acting class every now and then. Hate to tell you that. But there are people in there who will dry cry. And the thing about the class is nobody's ever asked to cry. So if you're dry crying, it's completely on your own. And I see these people, full sobs, no tears. Lots of sniffles. It's not crying. Anyway, speaking of acting, it's near, or probably by the time we post this, it's after Oscar season. Let's just say it's around Oscar season. And I've had some thoughts about some of the Oscar films lately. And I'm going to tell you them in the form of monologue jokes. Monologue jokes about the Oscar movies. So The Brutalist, you hear about this movie? The Brutalist is a 3.5-hour movie, and they've recently got in trouble for using AI to make Adrian Brody's Hungarian accent better. Now I'm over here, I'm thinking, I don't care if they use AI for his accent. How about they use it to put this thing on 2.5 speed? Brutalist, I'll say. 3.5 hours. Speaking of exhausting, Timothée Chalamet played Bob Dylan in that movie. And I'm over here, I'm thinking, Timothée Chalamet's playing Bob Dylan. What's next? Nick Lachey as Robert Redford? Going the other way from musician to actor. Sebastian Stan was nominated for Best Actor for playing Donald Trump. Now, I don't know about you, but I think this guy should probably win the Oscar just for all his hours in the makeup chair getting all orange like that. Emilia Perez was nominated for a record number of Oscars this year, 13. Now, I don't know about I don't know who this lady is, but seems like a lot of nominations just for one lady. I'll tell you something. I was at a movie theater probably a year ago. It's a bit of an old story, but I didn't have this back then. I was at a movie theater. I went to see that one I went to see that one about the two gay guys with the two Irish guys. Anyway, it doesn't matter what movie it was. But I went to see it alone, and the best ticket I could get was in the second row. And I don't like to sit that close to the screen. I don't think anybody really does. So I get in there. I'm just going to suck it up and watch it. It's the one with Paul Mescal and Andrew Scott. And I'm just going to suck up the second row. I go to get my seat in the second row, and there's a guy in the first row, and he says to me, do you mind if we switch seats? I'm on a date, and I could only get one in the first and one in the second. And he's acting as though it's just not a favor at all. And I'm thinking, well, the first row is actually worse than the second row. It's not nothing. It's not nothing. And I go, and he goes, please, And I go, okay. He goes, great, there's my seat. It's the handicap seat. He's not handicapped, and neither am I. So I say to him, that's the handicap seat. He goes, I know, it's the only one I could get. He goes, look, here's this. If somebody comes who needs it, I'll switch back with you. And I go, well, no one's going to come for it. You bought it. So what I did is I just gave up on the situation. His date came in, by the way. She was buying popcorn or something. She came in and looked at me like I was weird for standing there. Anyway, I give up on the situation. I go to the back row. There's 3 empty seats. I go, well, nobody travels as a 3. One of these will be okay. I sit there. I watch 10 minutes of this film, and 3 people come in for their seats. I left. I went to see it the next week, didn't care for it. Anyway, we'll be right back with our terrific guest, Jackie Pirico, in about 5 seconds or so. And we're back. I was told during the break that somebody I referred to as Nick Lachey is actually pronounced Nick Lachey.
And it was egregious.
I haven't introduced you yet. My first guest is a powerhouse, phenom comedian from the town of Guelph, Ontario. She later moved to Montreal and then to Toronto in our fine country of Canada. You can see her on TV shows like Children Ruin Everything and many others. Please welcome the wonderful Jackie Pirico.
Thank you so much for having me. I didn't know you knew that much about me.
I just looked it up.
I'm so flattered.
So what did you want to say about Nick Lachey?
Oh, I don't have a lot to say. It's an honest mistake. But it's just so funny that someone would drag and dredge his name out of the archives of pop culture, but also mess it up that much.
Well, he's quite prominent now as the host of Love Is Blind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I've got egg on my face.
His wonderful wife, Vanessa Lachey.
They're not still together.
They host Love Is Blind. What, have you been under a rock?
You know what? I don't watch something about me. And it's kind of a problem in my life is I don't watch any reality television, and it really ostracizes me and isolates me from the zeitgeist.
Well, in the new world of dum-dums, you're too sophisticated.
I am too sophisticated.
And I do watch Love Is Blind.
Which shocks me about you.
Yeah, it should.
Because you actually are quite sophisticated compared to me.
Thank you.
And it's shocking that you watch Love Is Blind and I don't.
It's a horrible show, not because it's slowest common denominator, but
Right.
because it's boring.
Oh,
Yeah. You would think the opposite.
yes.
But essentially, I've watched, however many seasons there's been, 7. The same thing happens every time.
And so what are you watching it for? Comfort at this point? Comfort and familiarity?
Yeah, I think so.
Does it send you off to
And I
sleep?
like the songs.
Can you hum a tune? Hum a bar.
Something's about to go down. Stuff like that. They're
It's
made
lyrical?
Yeah, they're like made up songs. Like
Just for that show.
they have a fight and then somebody sings, "There's a fight going on."
That's not true.
I'm not a good impressionist.
There's not a song on there that says, "There's a fight going on."
Pretty much.
That makes me want to watch it.
You should.
I'll get into it. Oh, actually, I've been told to get into it for work.
There's one guy there's one guy, I've never followed anyone from it on social media, but there's one guy I do.
And who's that?
His name's Shane Jansen.
Okay, I'm going to have to take your word for that's how you pronounce his name.
Jansen? He's an absolute moron.
Okay. Wait, I think I know who this is. Is he like has really crazy veneers, like white veneers and and he's like always like he's coked out like
Yes, but I will correct you. I don't think those are veneers. I think those are his real teeth. And
What?
I believe he said he doesn't do cocaine. That's his actual personality.
and we're believing this man about the teeth and the cocaine. These are two things that someone would easily lie about.
I believe him. I know I just called him a moron, but I do think he's kind of a wonderful guy.
Okay.
And I've DM'd him a couple times. He never got back to me.
So what you're saying is we should go easy on him, first of all.
I'm wondering if I make a plea straight to him, if he'll respond to my DMs.
I can't picture you DMing someone
Yeah, a guy.
and then them not getting back to you.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I'm kind of one of his reply guys. Like
Give me an example of a reply.
Like he posts workouts
Okay.
and I'll say like, "Would this work for me?"
What?
Yeah. Something like that. Or I'll try to be funny like, "No, thanks."
I am reeling right now that
Yeah.
you are putting in this effort with someone.
There's a lot more to me than people think, which is part of why I'm doing this show.
Yeah, you really are containing multitudes with replying
Because-
to Love is Blind.
People know me, and by people I mean about 40 people
Right.
know me as a one-liner comedian.
Right.
And I'm here to show that I can do more.
You can do 2, 3 lines.
I can do up to 3 lines at a time. And I love Shane Jansen, the moron from Love is Blind.
Yes, I do. I do recollect him in pop culture, but I promise this is my pledge. I will get into Love is Blind this season coming up.
I don't think you should, and please don't talk to the camera.
Yes.
It's a dreadful show.
Okay. Boring, you said.
Boring.
Stupid, bad music.
Stupid, bad music. No, great music. So I wanted to talk to you about something that has been between us for a long time.
Please.
I classically often criticize you for your enthusiasm in karaoke.
Right. Yes. Yes. And it rolls off my back like water off a duck.
It doesn't hurt you at all.
No.
And I wish it would.
You wish I would reel it in?
I wish it would get through to you. So you're you do this real growl, you do that growl singing?
Sometimes.
What do you call that kind of singing?
Well, I just call it rock and roll, baby.
But is it a rock and roll thing, or is it more of a sort of R&B thing?
It's not an R&B thing. I'm singing Metallica up there.
I only listen to the soundtrack of Love is Blind.
It's a rock and roll
No,
thing.
it's not. You don't just do it for Metallica.
Yeah.
It would be like in Alana Miles' Black Velvet.
Yes, exactly. But that's rock and roll. That's like rhythm and blues.
Do women make rock and roll?
They have started recently.
So
And they are up against a lot, but they are persevering.
recently, as in Black Velvet.
Starting at 5. No, what? Know who Alana Miles' biggest critic is?
Who?
My father, for some reason. He says, great voice, but she can't dance. Okay.
He's critical of her dancing.
He's critical of her dancing.
When did he see her
In
try to
the
dance?
video for Black Velvet.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which I should revisit and see if he's onto something.
I'm really curious to see it now and
Me
see
too.
what your father thinks is such bad dancing.
Me too. But yes, I do use that affect in my voice sometimes when I sing because I can do it. I can achieve it. But there's a lot that you don't know about me with karaoke. There's some songs I sing where I don't do that. For example, a couple weekends ago, I did karaoke where I sang Luther Vandross and there wasn't a hint of rock and roll there. It was pure singing from the diaphragm, perfect 10 out of 10, pitch perfect.
That's R&B.
Yeah, but I wasn't being like, oh my love. I was like, oh my love.
So I was going to ask you to do the growl, and that was kind of it, right?
Yeah.
Can you teach me how to do it?
So suddenly the critic turns into the mentee.
Well, I'm just curious if I could.
I think that you can. But we should give you a song to sing it to and not just,
Not just the sound.
just kind of like an errant, disembodied
I don't think
growl.
I can do it, and whenever I see you do it, I feel like it really hurts the throat.
Maybe, yeah, because I'm not a classically trained singer by
I
any
can
stretch.
tell. No, you're a very good singer.
Sorry, pardon
You're a
me.
very good singer. But I think the growling is a show-off move that I don't appreciate.
So you think I'm going too hard in karaoke? Understood.
Now, what do you think about this in karaoke? Because I told a mutual friend of ours who's obsessed with karaoke.
Which is who?
Wait, we don't need to say his name.
Now I'll just be sitting here thinking about who it is.
You'll know who it is.
Okay.
I
know exactly who you're talking
He goes like
about.
6 karaoke
Yeah.
nights a week.
Yeah.
And he's extremely too into it.
Right.
So I had this argument with him. And I said a karaoke song should always be to please the audience, that it should be something everybody knows.
Right.
Because he'll go up and sing some kind of
Obscure.
B-side
Yeah.
from Pavarotti.
Oh, yes.
Now you know who it is.
Of course. Yeah, this
But
is a
he'll
great
literally-
topic.
So what do you think about that?
I agree with you. I don't like. Now, let me say that Pavarotti is like quite well known. It's familiar.
I'm saying a B-side.
But like a B-side, yes, I agree. Sometimes I get quite annoyed with people who they need to show off their deep cut, this like deep knowledge of music and something that nobody knows, and it loses the crowd. Like
The
karaoke
rest
is a
of us fall
performance.
asleep until someone sings Semi-Charmed Kind of Life.
Exactly. You have to pick things that, and if they don't know them very well, it has to be something that they can dance to or
Yeah.
get into. But like everything I pick, people know for sure.
Okay.
I agree with you on that. But I also disagree with you because karaoke is for everybody. Karaoke's for everybody. So when I want to go to karaoke and someone's like, oh, I can't sing, I say, that's perfect. That's what karaoke's for. It's for everybody to have that moment where they're the star. And if you're good at it, sorry.
Well, that's the exact attitude that makes it not for everybody.
No.
And that I agree it should be for everybody. And when you see people do it badly, I appreciate that.
Okay.
And I don't appreciate you people who are good at it.
But then
Because
what
you ruin it for them.
But what do you expect the good people to do? Fake that they're bad?
Stay at home and sing at home.
So it's not for everybody then, in that
yeah,
case.
it's not for them. You're right. It isn't.
But then you want to know the secrets of my trade to be able to go up there and do a great job, it seems.
I don't really. I just thought it might be interesting for the show. But
Okay.
after attempting it, I don't want to do it anymore.
Wait, can you do the attempt again?
Black love.
Incredible.
Thanks. Looks like I'm not so bad at karaoke after all. Now, I have a few segments that we do on the show.
I love a segment.
One of them was going to be, have you seen on the internet how they do these blind rankings of things?
No.
Okay, so picture 10 slots, 10 spots.
Okay.
And you have to rank something from 1 to 10,
Right.
but you don't know what's coming next.
Oh, okay.
So you have to do your best to end up with the ranking you would like.
Right. But you have no control and you don't know, you can't foresee anything.
Right.
Okay. I like that.
So maybe when we edit this, we'll have the slots.
Okay.
If I can figure out how to do
If
that.
anyone can get some slots going, it's you.
I can at least put just words on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No pictures. So I know you're a freak for cats.
Yes.
This is your main thing, kind of.
I do love a cat. Oh, yes, I do.
On your social media, it's all cat, cat, cat.
Yeah.
The occasional dog.
Yeah.
You have your own cat named Nutland.
That's right.
Nobody knows what that means.
I can explain it.
Is it a land where nuts grow?
No. The name Nutland? If you don't
Is
mind.
it like the Looney House?
No, it's not like geographical. So you know the name Leland?
The Looney House isn't geographical.
Yeah, it is. It's a place where you go when you're loony and cuckoo, bananas.
Well, it's a location.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if it has much to do with geography.
So just because there's land at the end, it's not like nut land of nuts. Lind is like the name like Leland or like Decland. It's like that. And do you know where I got that name Nutland from? Is because her name.
Your stay at the Looney House?
My dad does often threaten to call the Homewood on me, which is the mental institution in Guelph.
Oh.
But famous people stay there.
Like who?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he did go to the Homewood.
He just stays there?
Yeah, just to hang out. To convalesce.
You have to explain this.
I think the Homewood in Guelph is a mental institution.
Yeah. That famous people just resort
Throughout the
at?
years, there's been a really famous people that stay there when they're like,
Do they when they go off the rails a
yeah.
little?
And it's like rehab and stuff.
But I don't picture Arnie ever going off the rails. He seems very together.
Yeah, he does. But there was a rumor going around that he was there.
Oh, so it's a Guelph rumor.
Yeah, but we could easily look into it, no? I mean, there's probably some statute of...
We'll probably look into it and we'll say that wasn't true.
So, my cat's name is Peanut. Her name is Peanut.
Oh,
You didn't know this?
her official first name.
Yeah, and I got
The
her
one
when...
on her driver's license.
Yes, her Christian name
Okay.
is Peanut.
Peanut.
And that was the name that she had when I got her. She was 2 years old. And like a year into having her, and the year was 2011, and I have this beautiful cat, Peanut. And for the first time ever, I was binge watching David Lynch's Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm.
And the character Leland really
Palmer.
spoke to me, Leland Palmer. And I was obsessed with Leland Palmer and his character arc and how like insane he was. And I kept saying, I love that name Leland. I love that name Leland. So I started calling Nutland just as a joke, as a nickname, never thinking that it would stick. Peanut, calling her Nutland, like Leland Palmer.
The nut from Peanut.
Yeah. And then
And
Lind.
land from Leland.
Yeah, Leland. And so it was such a successful, ubiquitous, pervasive nickname, Nutland, that it's just like that's her. She's Nutland. But her real name is Peanut Marie. I gave her the middle name Peanut Marie.
Peanut Marie.
Her middle name's Marie.
Why?
I gave her.
Why?
Because I just think it's really like 90s to have like for a girl to have the middle name Marie. And it's really fun when she's being like bad girl or like she's being bad eating girl or she's like, she's just never bad. But I like to like kind of fake scold her being like Peanut Marie.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's just for scolding.
Yeah. I get that. So you did enlighten me in a way to show that there are names that end in land.
Yes.
And that don't have anything to do with a geographical location.
Yes.
So
It's eye-opening.
So this blind ranking is a ranking of famous cats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm nervous because I'm like, I love cats, but how much do I know famous cats?
You'll know them.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one is Sylvester, the cat.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got to put him from 1 to 10.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's great. Oh my God. Suffering Succotash. I'm going to put him like,
Remember, there's 9 more cats to come.
okay. I'm going to put him like, honestly, 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is nerve wracking.
I might have to get a pen out just to track this. Oh, I'll remember.
Will you?
Someone over there. Our producer has it.
Sylvester, 4. And I love how, wait, I shouldn't editorialize all of these or we'll never get through them.
It'll be a little long.
Okay.
It might be even longer than that Nutland story. It's It's horrible to invite a guest on your show and tell them they're talking too much.
But it wouldn't be your show if you didn't do that.
I'm actually trying to make the show very positive.
Oh.
Yeah. The next one is Tom from Tom and Jerry.
Okay.
He's the cat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry, by the way, is Leland's brother
What are you talking about?
in Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right.
Anyway, Tom from Tom and Jerry.
I'm going to put that lower. It doesn't resonate a ton with me. I'm going to put Tom at like 7.
7.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry doesn't resonate tons with me.
Ouch. As an animal lover, you probably sympathize with Jerry.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't look away. Are we holding for that?
No. This is how it goes.
I do sympathize with Jerry. People get concerned about me if I can handle the grit of like the circle of life and prey and predator stuff, but I can handle it. I respect nature. I bear burning witness.
Well, you did, I feel, a couple years ago, take in a squirrel.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a little weird. You told me there was a mouse in your apartment recently.
Yes.
And I said, oh, you probably want to pet it.
I do. I don't want to pet it, but I didn't want to disturb him. I'm not going to put a trap out. Like, live and let live.
There's nothing more disturbing than having your neck snapped.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have a 4 and a 7.
Okay.
The next one is a modern twist on the famous cat.
Oh, okay.
Grumpy Cat.
Oh, R.I.P.
I didn't know he had passed.
He has passed. Grumpy Cat, he had kind of like muscular disfiguration to make him always look like mad. He was a Burman breed. Beautiful suit.
What's the rank?
You know what? He just kind of was a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him, although he's above Tom and Jerry for me as far as in the public sphere. I'm gonna go 6 for Grumpy Cat.
Okay.
And also the hipsters really kind of like took over, or the millennial kind of hipster online like cringe demographic really clung on to Grumpy Cat, which I'm not a fan of. So 6.
Did he become kind of ironic?
Yeah.
Right. We hate that.
Yeah.
This next cat, happen to know you're a big fan of.
Okay.
Garfield.
Oh my God. Garfield holds such a strong place in my heart since I was a child. I was always begging for Fat Cat 3-packs at the Scholastic book order, which was like a big fat, like triple decker, like comic book of Garfield. I know all the whole Garfield universe. I know all the deep cut B-side characters. Garfield, I think for me, I got to put him at 2.
Big. But you're holding out for a 1.
Yeah, I'm still holding out for 1. Because he is so cynical, and that's not really my personality, but he was just so big part of my growing up. And I love Nermal. I love Odie. Like, I love all these side characters as well.
Okay.
And it's my favorite Christmas special. The Garfield Christmas special is my number 1 favorite Christmas special.
Moving on. This one is a real old one.
Okay.
Felix the cat.
Oh, you know what? He kind of creeps me out. That whole era of cartoons, like Betty Boop and Felix and all of that, like kind of is daunting, like sinister to me.
Most of them were racist.
There was a lot of problematic content.
Felix the cat might have been in some kind of...
Is he canceled?
Militia in Michigan.
What? I'm going to put him at like... But then there was a time where I was like, you know what? I'm going to put him at 5.
5?
Well, no, because I don't want to put him...
Even after you know about the militia?
I don't understand the militia thing. What's going on in Michigan?
Don't worry about it.
But the thing with Felix is that he paved the way for cartoon cats, you know?
So if there were no Felix, there would be no Garfield.
Perhaps.
And no Mermal.
Nermal.
Nermal.
Do you know who I mean when I say Nermal?
He's purple.
He's like the kitten that Garfield hates.
I know Garfield.
Okay.
And he's purple?
Yeah, he's kind of like purpley blue. He's like so cute kitten, Nermal. I'm going to put Felix at, did I say 6? Because 7 is Tom and Jerry.
5, I think.
No. Who's 6? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I don't want to put him. Fine. I'm going to have to put him. I have to put him 5. This is hard.
Well, it's meant to be. The next cat on this list is the sarcastic cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh my God. Okay. I do love him. What is his name?
I didn't look it up.
Yeah, and he's just like so acerbic, isn't he?
Yeah.
Again, that's not really my personality type, but I do love him. I love the like how weird the puppetry was, and he was like real, but like I love him. Do I have number 3 open?
I think so.
Do I have number 4 open?
No.
Who's 4? Sylvester. Oh shit.
Go now.
3.
Okay.
Because that
3.
whole show for me was great because the whole whimsigoth aesthetic, and it was very femme forward. And you got the 2 ants, and it's based on the comic book. It's fabulous.
Okay, next is Mr. Bigglesworth from Austin Powers.
Oh.
That's Dr. Evil's cat.
Yeah, that's Dr. Evil's cat.
He's hairless, I think.
Yeah, he's hairless. I have nothing against hairless cats. They're so friendly and affectionate.
Yeah.
He didn't really resonate a lot with me. I'll put him at 8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 3 left.
Okay.
Let's note that you still have 1 and 2 open.
Yeah, and 10.
And 10.
1, 9, and 10. Oh, what? Oh my God.
But
okay.
the top slot is still open.
Okay.
So I hope you're happy with this.
I hope so too.
The next cat is James Corden from Cats.
Oh my God. That is such an affront, that whole thing.
Well, you have 10 and 9 open. And 1.
Certainly nothing could be worse.
So 10.
10.
The next cat is Rebel Wilson from Cats.
Okay, I'm happy with my ranking because that's 9, and I would have hated to put her below James Corden.
Right. So your number 1 cat, it seems,
Oh
is
my God.
Jason Derulo from Cats.
No.
Sorry. That's how the blind ranking goes.
Can I suggest a replacement?
No, that's how the blind ranking works. I told you the rules.
You know who I would have liked to see on that list?
I told you the rules.
Can I suggest somebody who should have been on that list?
No.
Dr. Claus cat from Inspector Gadget, the fluffy white guy.
Does it have a name?
No, and he doesn't need one. But you know who I'm talking about? Because you could only see Dr. Claw's claw, and he's always like, fuck off, Inspector Gadget. And you could just see him petting this cat, and the cat was like, fluffy and white.
Okay, well, we're going to take a little break.
Sure.
Actually, I had a funny interaction with you before the show. Let's, I think we have footage of that. Jackie, hey, thanks so much for doing the show. We're going to start in like 10 minutes, if that's okay. Mm-hmm. I saw the cutest cat on the way here. I just wanted to show you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cat's walking.
It's good.
You don't like it?
It's all an act. Does nothing for me.
Cat thing?
Are you kidding me? Like it once was, like I said one thing one time and now everyone, cat, look at this cat, what do you think about the cat? The cat's. I'm like, kill me. I mean, it's fine, but oh my God.
You post about it all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of pigeonholed now, aren't I?
All right.
How long is this going to take?
About an hour.
Okay.
See ya. We're back. Thanks for staying. That was a little weird. So I wanted to talk to you about, we were both in Los Angeles once at the same time.
That's right. Many years ago.
Many years ago. And we were staying at the same place.
Yes.
The apartment of our wonderful friend, Levi McDougall.
Right.
And you at the time, you were reading the book Room.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I had flown to Los Angeles straight from Miami where I was on some weird other side trip, side journey quest. And I was reading the book Room, but then on the flight from Miami to Los Angeles, I watched some of the movie as well. And then I was
Okay.
still reading it. So I was just inundated by
knee-deep-
Room.
knee-deep in Room.
I was knee deep in the thick of Room, which is a disturbing story. Should we set up the story, like the synopsis of the story for anyone who doesn't know? I can do it in 2 seconds.
Do Do it in 2 seconds.
So it's about a young woman who was kidnapped and held hostage by a criminal kidnapping freak and had a baby in captivity with this kidnapper, and then she was able to get free, and it's about their life in room and then starting over outside of room. I think that was really, the brevity there was
A
incredible.
little longer than 2. So we were at this place in Los Angeles, and we kept calling it Room.
Yeah, because we didn't have a lot to do. We weren't going out a lot during the day,
Yeah.
and it was just the two of us kind of rattling around in this
We
living
didn't
room.
have cars.
We didn't have a
and
car.
as everyone knows, LA is a city of driving.
We didn't have a ton of shows booked.
No, because we're not names there.
Yeah.
And we were
Our friend had a lucrative job that he was out of the house all day, every day, and we were
right.
just in his house.
We were just doing Room. And as I remember, we were throwing a tennis ball back and forth a lot.
That's right, which is very room coded.
very room
Yeah,
coded.
because in the movie Room, they would do things like roll a ball to each other,
Yes.
make a snake out of eggshells, like just busy work, mindless busy work.
Now, here's where that leads to is that
no.
one day we went to see,
We went out.
we went out of Room and we went to see the show that Levi was working on, the Conan show.
Which was such a special outing for
It was
two
a special
people.
outing for 2
Room inhabitants.
people. And because of Room, we were so used to throwing the tennis ball around.
Yes.
And we were waiting. We had a lot of time to kill. And we were waiting next to a sort of dirty hill.
Yes, it was a lineup of spectators to watch Conan outside of the studio.
Yeah.
Very uninhabitable, side of a freeway, like not a nice spot.
Yeah, we're sort of next to a dirty Los Angeles hill.
Yeah.
And because of our ball throwing activity,
We didn't know how to relate to each other without something to toss back and forth.
so we found a pine cone on the hill.
That's right.
And we were throwing the pine cone back and forth for, I would say, half an hour.
Good while, yeah?
And then we both noticed around the same time that our hands smelled quite a bit like urine.
That's right. It was a piss pine cone.
Piss pine cone.
All along, it was a pissed on pine cone that we retrieved from a dirty, rubbish filled ditch.
So-
and then we were like this.
Yeah. And we had to wait to get into the studio to wash our hands. So we had to just be there with piss hands.
Piss hands. It really took the shine off of our tossing game.
Well, all that glitters isn't gold over there in La La Land.
That's right. And this is a tale of caution.
It is.
About Los
You go there with
Angeles.
starry eyes.
Yeah.
And you end up kidnapping yourself, getting out one day and getting covered in piss that you can't wash off for about 2 hours.
For about 2 hours. We were like walking around like this.
And then you meet Conan and shake his hand.
Yeah, we did do that too.
I don't
Did
think
we
we did.
meet Conan?
No, I don't think
But we
did.
went back into the offices backstage.
We shook some freak
Are
writer's
you
hand, I'm
sure?
sure.
Yeah, I guess we didn't meet Conan.
We
But
didn't.
look at us, two bumpkins in La La Land with hands covered in piss. We had
Yeah.
no business in that town.
Yeah. Now, the other big story from that trip was actually a big career development for me that went nowhere.
Oh,
I got a manager over there in Los Angeles.
right.
And he was from a big company. He was from the Brillstein Entertainment Company.
I remember this.
And that's where all the big shots are from.
Who are we talking here?
Brad Pitt.
Oh my God.
So I remember I had lunch with him in Beverly Hills.
This manager.
This is all I ever got from him was this one lunch.
I hope it was yummy.
It was okay. And I go, you ever meet Brad Pitt? And he goes, oh yeah, he motorcycles into the back of the building.
Into the back of his management's building?
But this guy was like, yeah.
Like through like a loading dock, or?
I didn't get the details. I was trying to sign a deal.
I would have said, what's he doing? Smashing through the brick every time? There's a port, there's a portal, there's a hole, there's a loading dock, there's a ramp. You're right. You were trying to get a deal.
So this guy was nowhere near Brad Pitt, though.
This manager.
He was like the mail boy that they let sign
Okay.
comedians.
Okay.
And I signed with him. I danced back to Levi's house.
Yeah, to room.
And I went, I've arrived.
Yes.
Then I get an email back from him. I go, yes, Mr. Brillstein, sir, I'd love to sign with your company. Mm-hmm. He emails me back. He calls me my last name. He didn't even know my name the whole time.
He was like, hello, Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I had him for about 3 years and he dumped me. But where I'm going with this.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yes, where I'm going with this is in the email process. Mm-hmm. Would you like to take over?
I would love to.
Yeah.
You had received an email from him, but unbeknownst to me, was it an email where he called you by the wrong name?
I don't know at what point that was, but
so you had received an email from this guy, one or another, about something, and you were struggling with your reply. You had to have the perfect reply. You didn't know what you were going to say. You had to come up with something, and you were uncertain about it. And because we were rattling around in room, I was killing a lot of time during this trip in the bathtub.
okay.
Because our friend had a nice bathtub.
Did. Yeah, he had jets.
Yeah, which I didn't have at home. So I was like, well, you deal with your email and I'm going to be in the bath.
Yeah.
And I remember walking behind you and you were sat at the table with your laptop and there was a blank email. You were ready to compose it and the blinking cursor and you were like, yeah, okay. And I went and had the longest bath of my life, the longest, most luxurious bath of my life, doing everything in there, languishing, reading, just zoning out, probably for over an hour. Mm-hmm. I got out, my hair is wrapped up in a towel. I felt amazing. I come out and I walk behind you and you're sat at the table in front of your laptop, email open. I walk behind you, cursor blinking, not a word typed out on that email. Not a word.
I thought it said hi or something.
Oh yeah, it said hello. Yeah. It said hello.
Hello. Well, you got to get those emails right.
What a trip for us.
What a trip.
Oh, there was a lot going on that trip, actually.
What else happened?
I can't say.
Oh, really?
Well, there were some other friends of ours who had just kind of also felt like they hit it big.
Uh-huh. That could be anyone.
And it was insufferable.
Oh.
And I climbed up a canyon with these people.
Did you?
All day I heard about this. Yeah, I actually got out of room a couple times that you didn't even know about. And it was insufferable.
Well, I'll put you back in room for that.
That's the nature of room.
It's all anyone does over there, climb canyons.
I know. Yeah. I kind of missed that. I liked that part of it. That was my favorite part is like I went up Runyon Canyon.
I can't stand it.
You can't stand a canyon? It's
full of sun and no shade.
That's true. But I love the sun.
And I'm afraid of heights.
Oh, a canyon is not for you. You burn easily. You're afraid of heights. Stay out of the canyon.
But it was a trip of my life. I got a new manager.
And for a few years, you had that manager.
For a few years.
You almost emailed him.
He was quite mean when he dumped me, too.
What is he thinking? He probably saw Brad Pitt that day and was full of piss and vinegar.
He went, this Henry is no Brad Pitt.
this Henry Thomas is.
Yeah. How come Henry Thomas never drove in here on a motorcycle?
That trip did nothing for me. I performed once.
How'd it go?
It was at the Tomorrow Show, Ron Lynch. It was great. It was a good performance. It was fun, but nothing came of it.
It's a fun show, but not always that populated.
No, but it was quite that time.
I once saw... No, I won't get into that.
There's a lot we can't get into.
LA is a creepy town full of creepy stories.
It's creepy, but something else crazy happened to us. We got chased in West Hollywood, didn't we, by some scary people?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were like, shouldn't have been walking around. Everyone's like, don't walk around in West Hollywood.
Around.
And we're like, certainly we can walk around.
Yeah.
And then we started walking around and all these people were like, yo, what the fuck you thinking? We're going to fuck you up.
It's
and we're
true.
like, oh dear.
And then we got away from them by going down an even darker side street.
Yes. Yeah, a lot happened. Wow, what a trip. That was 2016.
There you go.
I shouldn't have said that.
No, that's okay. I'm comfortable with my age.
It's not the age. I'm just talking about how I haven't been back since, and I've done nothing about. I haven't been back at all.
Well, a lot of people we know have been there the whole time and haven't done anything.
Well, they've done something. They've slowly descended into madness. There's movement, and it's down.
Yeah. Well. Not to mention some
people have hit success there. It's a couple people.
A broken clock is right twice a day. So, there's a segment I do on this show
Okay.
that everybody has to do. And it's sort of, I'm describing it as a bit of a torture segment.
Oh my goodness. Well, who
Yeah.
would I be to go against the grain?
Well, it's just mental torture.
Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite style.
I'm not physically going to do anything to you.
Okay.
So this segment is called Random Wikipedia Article.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but on Wikipedia, there's a random button.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you could push it. It gives you any of the billions of articles there are.
Okay.
Now, what we're going to do is push that, and we have to talk about it.
I love this.
I'm only going to read the first paragraph of the article. And I call it a torture segment because some people just downright panic.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm braver than that. I love random, and I love chance and happenstance, and I love gabbing.
Well, thank you.
Who's panicking at this?
I might rebrand it.
Okay, it's what? Not a torturous.
A wonderful, joyous segment.
I think that, yeah, but you're driving.
And that will go a long way to the sort of air of positivity I'm trying to create.
That's right. You are cultivating.
Which I really
a
am trying
culture.
to.
Yeah.
People don't really believe it from me is the problem. Okay, I've pushed it. This article is called Golsu. Golsu. Golsu.
Okay.
Golsu, Persian, is a village in Otakvar rural district.
Okay, we're talking the country.
I'm guessing Iran. Oh yeah, it says Otakvar district, Langarud County, Gilin province, Iran.
Holy moly, that's something to write on an envelope. Try sending them a letter there.
Now this last sentence is really interesting.
Okay.
At the 2006 census, its population was 15.
Oh my God. 15 people living there?
In 4 families.
4 families, 15 people.
Yep. Do the math on that
So
one.
there's at least 3 people per family. A couple families have a couple more people. So for so little amount of population, it
Amazing
sure is,
that they have their own census.
Yeah, you got to imagine the census guy showing up there being like, well, I'm going to really be phoning this in.
Yeah, they go, hey, Johnny, my cousin.
Yeah, everyone. Well, here, that's what you've got to consider here.
What?
With such a small population in such a remote rural village, there's got to be a point where there's no more new people because the new people
So let's say you go out to the club.
Okay, we're at the club in Golsu.
In Golsu. You're out at the club. And you want to meet somebody.
Yeah, and first of all, who's bartending at the club? Your uncle.
Uncle.
And who's bar back? Your other uncle.
Aunt.
And aunt.
And your other uncle. I guess what we're trying to say is it's not much of a club.
No, and you're not, there's no meet cute happening there.
No.
Unless there are.
Now, what if
we're
someone...
not commenting on the cultural norms in terms of
no,
who you can
this
date.
has nothing to do with the culture.
Yeah, it's just the amount of people.
Let's be very
in
clear.
Golsu.
We're not saying anything about the Persian culture.
And if there's any people from Golsu watching right now.
Well, this might get around to them.
Yeah, because this is only the second time they've ever been spoken about. The Wikipedia article and us.
Even including them. There's so few people. They're not talking much about Golsu.
Going on about Golsu.
Yeah.
Tough go there, over there.
Tough go.
Yeah, because you know everyone. There's no one new to meet.
How many people did you grow up around in Guelph?
Right now, the population of Guelph is, I think, 225,000. Certainly was a lot less.
Kind of like Golsu.
Yeah, like to give or take, like it's like a few goals. But when I was growing up there, like I left Guelph in 2006, and it was far. Like the population has boomed since then, and it felt small. But you know, it's a university town, so there was like a lot of fresh blood.
Yeah.
And you go downtown during the school year, and it's like a lot of students. There's a lot of invigorated, kind of an invigorated spirit because of the academia.
Sure.
A lot of math as well.
I went to Guelph a couple times as a young man.
Where did you go?
To meet my university friends.
Oh, did you go to Trappers? Trappers Alley?
I don't know.
The bar?
Wherever
the
we
Palace?
went, we drank a lot.
Yes.
And then watched young men fight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Out on the street.
Yeah.
So many fights.
That's kind of the Guelph way.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a fight after the club in Golsu,
Then what?
what are they fighting about?
It's domestic violence.
You used my towel this morning?
Yes. And they've been harboring that frustration all day until they get to the bar in Golsu and have a couple dollar drinks out of the soft cup. And then they're fighting.
Well, I hope one day you and I can go
When you love to toss around a pine cone in
to
Golsu.
Golsu. Let's toss around a pissy pine cone. Now, one thing I wanted to confront you about.
Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite segment, the confrontation. I feel like I was already confronted about the karaoke thing. Are you sure that wasn't the confrontation?
Well, here's another.
Okay.
So you've quite famously have stated to me and others that you almost refuse to go on after me at stand-up shows.
Yeah.
And you say it's because my energy is too low.
No, that I do not. I've not said that sentence. First of all, I've not said that sentence. That is false. And I don't refuse. I've never refused anything. I have said that I don't feel like I have the grit, maybe, to go on after you because I feel like my energy after your energy is jarring, and I feel like you kind of get people into this pace of your setups and punches where then I come on and people are like I feel like I'm less palatable after you. And I feel like you after me is a palate cleanser, whereas me after you is like, okay, can I make an analogy here?
Well,
it's like it's like having the sherbet before the other part of the supper.
This is so many words to say what I said that I'm too low energy for you to follow.
No. I've never refused. I just feel like our energies on stage are so different, and it makes more sense to have you on after me than the other way around. But can I also say that was coming from a place of insecurity because you're a killer. But now maybe this is going to make you even more hurt, is that I'm not as afraid of that anymore. And I'll go on whenever, bitch. Like I'll go on after you.
We don't say that word on this show.
Well, that's homophobic then.
Is it?
Yeah. Or something. Or sexist.
Let's not get into that.
I meant sexist.
Well, gay guys do get away with calling women that word a lot, don't they?
Yeah. And as a woman, I think I can say it. But you can't.
Yeah. You can say it, yeah.
Yeah. You can say it to me if you want. But anyway, this is to say, I hope you edit all that out.
I was about to say it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, the moment's gone.
This is to say that, yes, I used to be more nerved by going on after you, but now I'm comfortable going on after you if need be. But I would prefer.
Because you think I've gotten worse.
No. I've just gotten over that. It was an insecurity on my part, and I've gotten over that insecurity. It was all like inner.
Well, guess what?
What?
Now I don't want to follow you.
Well, why not?
Because you're too high energy.
And you feel like, say more.
Like everyone's going to be in a frenzy from all your yapping. Well, where are we at with time? We better bulk it up a little more.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about?
What happened to me lately that we could talk about?
You're full of stories.
I ate cat food accidentally recently.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tell me about that.
Well, I accidentally ate cat food recently, and it was because I was in a rush in the morning. I get up very early for work.
You're now you're the host of a morning radio.
That's right. I kind of fell backwards into being on morning radio, which I love.
Give us your morning radio voice.
Good morning, guys.
That's
it has
great.
to be tight and bright.
Nice.
Tight and bright.
Let me try.
Okay, tight and bright.
How do I do it?
Well, you know what I find helps is I smile while I'm talking.
Good morning, guys.
Tight and bright. That's like the mantra. Tight and bright.
It's Tuesday morning. The temperature is 23.
I know you want to tease things coming up to keep them listening. You tease things coming up.
Oh, okay.
It's all about that.
Just stay tuned. Just find out who might invade our country.
That kind of stuff. Because you want to increase the TSL, time spent listening. Because if you're kind of not tight, and you're not bright, and you're and then what? And people are going to flip to that in their car, and they're going to hear this and that, and they're going to, no. They want tight and bright, baby. And they want to know what's coming next. We've got Hosier tickets coming up next.
That's bad news for this show.
Yeah, but there's a difference
I
because
hope this isn't playing in any car radios.
yeah, that's the thing. If you can easily switch so easily to something else, but I guess it's the same thing online as you could just scroll.
But these days, the kids love to just sit and watch a video for an hour and a half.
Do they?
Yeah.
Like young, like Gen Alpha kids?
Well, look at Joe Rogan.
I've never looked at that man. What does he look like?
It's not great.
But because is his show very long? Obviously.
3 hours.
No, no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One episode of Joe Rogan podcast is 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because he never shuts up.
He listens a lot.
Does he?
Yeah.
I saw something great because I don't watch that, but I saw a clip of oh my God, who was it? Who was that? Who's the oh my God, I'm blanking on a name right now. Like obviously that comedian who looks like Billy Corgan but isn't.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Bill Burr. Bill Burr was on.
Yeah.
And maybe this is an older clip, and Joe Rogan's like, what about, like, we shouldn't be wearing masks and all that. And I loved Bill Burr's response. He was like, let's not do this. Let's not have two people who are not doctors talk about this. And then Joe Rogan was like, no, but let's do it. And he shut him down so good. It was really good.
Well, it sounds like you've had a little dose of the woke mind virus.
Why? Because I'm agreeing with Bill Burr?
Yeah.
Virus. I know, but he wasn't being woke about it. He was just like, I don't know enough to talk about this.
Oh, where I come from, that's just woke enough.
Oh, where do you come from? Oh, I know where you come from. You come from Club Random with Bill Maher.
New rule.
But anyways, yes. So I wake up.
New rule. Don't tell me how to live my life, Bill Burr.
Is that how Bill Maher sounds? Or is that you? Was that you being you?
It's an attempted impression of Bill Maher.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
It was great. So I was waking up. I wake up very early for the radio. I wake up at 5, and I have a very regimented hour where everything happens at the same time every morning. And I floss and I brush, and then I put the water on to boil, and I eat 2 eggs boiled at 7 minutes exactly with 100 grams of cottage cheese. And I've got my coffee on, and I pour my coffee, and I pack my bag, and I'm like out. It's very regimented, and it's fast paced. And I feed Nutland, obviously. But one morning, I guess I was a little out of sorts, and the clockwork wasn't as it always is, and I was drinking my coffee, and the last sip, I was like, there's something in the bottom of my coffee, like gritty, grimy, like solid. I was like, ugh. And I thought it was coffee grinds, maybe my espresso mocha pot or something had some grounds. So I was in front of a mirror, and so it was on my tongue. So I just went to see what was on my tongue. Cat food. It was cat food on my tongue. And I realized what I'd done. I'd used a spoon that I gave for Nutland's sloppy food from a tin, which is called a Smucker breakfast. And then I must have used that spoon accidentally to stir my coffee really quickly. Cat food.
Is it actually called a Smucker? Or
I call it a Smucker.
It's a cute little name.
Yeah, because she has no teeth, and it sounds like this. Like smack, smack, smack.
I might call that a smacker.
Oh, but it's Smucker.
Okay. So what I want to say is what I theorize is that you subconsciously wanted to try the cat food.
No, fair enough. I can see where you're coming from.
Because you're a cat freak.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Perverted sense.
I don't like when people accuse me of that. I don't like when cats are in any way alluded to or used in any way sexual or sexy cat. I don't like that.
You can be kind of perverted in a non-sexual way.
How so?
I don't know. I just feel like you can.
Well, I am not.
You're just perverted, just weird.
Oh, my mind is corrupted, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, about cats, certainly. But I don't want to try cat food because I've tried it before and I don't like it. And here's the thing about it.
So this wasn't the first time.
No. Okay. Know what I did one time? Again, feeding in a rush before going out somewhere or another.
Smucker
and
this,
Smucker. And you know when you like get something on your finger and you mindlessly are just like,
Yeah.
I had like a little bit of cat food on my finger. I was in such a rush that instead of like rinsing it off, I just mindlessly went and I was like, ugh. And here's the thing about wet cat food that people wouldn't know. It's disgusting not because the taste is so bad. That's not why. The taste is actually very mild and like flavorless. There's like no salt. It's how specific and robust the texture is in ratio to how little flavor there is. That's what's gross about it. It's like this feeling in your mouth, but like not enough flavor. That's what's disgusting. It's not the taste of the cat food that's gross. I, in fact, wish it tasted more.
Now, what I might say is that reveal, plus the fact that you had actually tried cat food before.
Tried accidentally.
By accident. Is further to prove that you subconsciously wanted to try cat food.
Like because I went, nah.
Well, 2 times now you've accidentally tried cat food.
Okay, all right.
And now you're saying you wish it tasted even better.
So there's a second confrontational segment to this podcast.
I hate you.
My feet are really being held to the fire here. Yeah, perhaps there was a subconscious level, but I'll never do it again.
Do you salt Nutland's cat food?
No, but she eats a lot of human food though.
Right.
She's out of control. Like I sit down to have my supper, she's right there. Actually, she huffed and puffed on me like a bull the other day when I had some chicken. She came up right beside me and went like this, like a bull. Like, give me my chicken snack.
Well, that's very uninteresting. And I would say that this is a good time to conclude our episode. It's been lovely to have you.
Tom Henry's brand new positive power hour of positivity.
No, it was interesting, like a bull.
Yeah. I love to. Thank you for letting me talk so much about cats.
Thank you for being here.
I love it here.
And it loves you. Thank you to Jackie Pirico, and thank you for being here. We'll talk to you next week.
I love that show.